few months ago, I purchased Cinecom's 5-day deal package for video editors. I'm gonna let you know if it was worth it.
Welcome to Seymour Mac.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Alright, this video here is going to be for video editors at the beginner and intermediate level. But even if you're at the expert level, I'm sure you found yourself scouring through YouTube, watching tutorials, learning new skills, new tips, and new tricks, trying to improve that skill set of yours and sharpen that blade so that way you can deliver better projects faster and more efficiently. Because let's face it, the less time you have to spend editing a project, the more projects you're going to be able to do for the year, and the more money you potentially can make, the bigger impact you can have, and your business can certainly grow that way. So one way to improve your workflow and efficiency is to gather all of these packages where there's transitions or overlays, film burns, lens flares. There might be a plethora, that's right, a plethora of items that you may want to gather, and these are your go-to tools that you're always going to wind up going back to. So Cinecom is a channel on YouTube that I'm a subscriber to, and they're for filmmakers and film editors, and they break down how to do certain visual effects. And basically these are all the visual effects that you're going to see in the major movies, superhero movies, Superman flying through the sky, fireball shooting out of somebody's butt, whatever it might be, they're pretty much going to have a breakdown for it. I suggest you go to their channel because it's awesome and it's pretty entertaining. They're pretty funny guys. I don't know where they're from, Sweden, something like that, but they are hilarious. Go check them out at Cinecom. So in this video, he's talking about the package, right? The 5-day deal. It's a compilation of multiple bundles of tutorials and downloadable content and assets that you could use to really improve your video skill set. He's talking about there's so much value in this package. They're valuing this package at $5,000. $5,000. But they're selling it for like as cheap as like $70 or something like that, $79.99, something like that, right? And they have different levels of it. Main bundle, pro bundle, and then they have the complete bundle. And as you buy each level, you get, all of the bundles before it plus a little bit extra. Minus the little cheat sheet, which is basically like an index of all of the different parts of the package. I guess it's supposed to make it easy for you to find what you're looking for. That was like an extra $10, and I said there's no way I'm spending another $10 on top of the $157 I'm about to spend now. After I didn't buy it, I felt like I really kind of needed it. But is it worth the $157 that I spent? Was it worth it? I'm gonna let you know if it's worth it. But first, I need you to subscribe to the channel because it is you who subscribes and it is me who provides. You like a nice beard? I got it. I got you, baby. First thing is first. What is the registration and purchase experience like? I think normally I probably wouldn't even talk about this part of it because it should be as simple as I see something I like, I give them my credit card, I buy it, they send it to me, and that is that. It is that simple, but there was a little bit of a hiccup with their hosting of all of this content. Here is where it gets a little bit interesting. The way that it works is they find a third-party site to host the material, right? The tutorials and the downloadable assets. It looks like they had a little bit of an issue with the original hosting provider. So the original hosting site was teachable.com, and shortly after I purchased the package, it seems like Teachable and the 5-day deal people had a little bit of, well, let's just say it. It came down to money. I think what happened was Teachable was looking for more money. I don't know if it was a thing where they saw how successful it was and they thought, hey, we should really be charging them more for this hosting, or maybe there was just something in the contract, the original contract, that was overlooked, but something happened and it caused 5-day deal to have to look for a new hosting site. Thinkific, which is another site very similar, I don't know if that wind up changing again, because when I go and I look at my material, as you can see on this screenshot, it's on Creative Highway. Yeah, creativehighway.com. So think if it Creative Highway, I don't know if they're a collaboration, but it seems like there have been multiple changes to who is hosting this material, and it did require you to kind of re-register for the new site. Not really a big deal, but kind of a pain in the ass. You know, you just don't want to do it. If you don't have to do it, you don't want to have to deal with something like that. But the real bread and butter of this video is going to be the content. What kind of content are you going to get for $157 that they're saying is worth $5,000? 5 stacks. I'm going to break this down into two main parts: the tutorials and the downloads, all right, the assets. Really, I think what most people are going to be buying when they look at this package or something of this nature, they're going to be looking for those different transitions, those LUTs, overlays, the sound design, whatever music might be coming with it, stock footage, whatever it might be. And the 5-day deal really does touch on all of those things. They really did do a good job of gathering all aspects of what that might take. So when it comes to the tutorials, they have really reputable and popular content providers that contributed to the 5-day deal. Channels like Time Filmmakers, Film Riot, Smashworks, F-Stoppers. I mean, the list goes on and on. Creative Galaxy. There's just a whole bunch. I didn't write them all down because there's so many, but there is a whole bunch of them. If you're a beginner and you don't feel like spending time looking through 1,000 different YouTube channels, I guess you could just buy this or something like this, and you could have it all in one shot. I am typically the type of person who says I don't need like an Adobe Premiere tutorial. I know how to use it fairly well, but let's face it, there's always something you can learn, right? So the tutorials, they have lighting tutorials, you know, how to do lighting for indoor scenes. They have tutorials on acting, how to do screenwriting, how to do sound design. They have an Adobe Premiere audio mixing masterclass, Premiere Pro, for Final Cut Pro, for DaVinci, for Lumetri. Even the business end of it, where they talk about how do you determine your hourly rate, growing your YouTube channel, or how to use Twitter for filmmakers. And they cover all aspects of the game. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, I've watched maybe about 10 or 20 minutes, and if I ever get stuck on something, I need a refresher, boom, I got them, so no problem. So now I'm gonna get into the downloads portion of the package, all right? The download portion of this is major, all right? This is really big. They have a lot of different types of assets that I am using on a regular basis in my projects now, and these are assets that I'm always going to have access to because I downloaded them to my computer. They're always going to be there unless a catastrophe happens. Please, whatever God that you pray that no catastrophes happen to your computer, because we need these assets, all right? They give you access to stock video, okay? This is really, really big for video editors and producers who might not be able to get out there to, I don't know, a horse farm and get high quality 4K footage of a bunch of horses, a herd of horses, whatever it is, running and galloping through the farm. You might not have access to that. So they give you access to that through FilmPack. FilmPack is a really, really high quality stock footage site, awesome footage, and I've downloaded. So I think if I remember correctly, they give you 2 promo codes, one for a $50 video package and then one for a $100 video package. I've only downloaded one of them so far. I'm holding on to the other one just to see if I need something specific for a project coming up, then I'll be able to look on their site. Overlays, they got all sorts of overlays for you. They got film burns, they got letterboxes, they got all sorts of different shape assets and animated shapes that are really, really easy to just kind of drag and drop into your timeline. They also have downloadable assets for sound design, LUTs, all right, different kind of color LUTs, so that way you can make your video look like this and then make it look like this, and then I guess make it kind of look like that. But whatever look that you might have on there or want on there, I mean, they have a whole bunch of LUTs for you. They do have some animation builder stuff in there and assets, so awesome part of it that I'm going to be tapping into. all sorts of different transitions, which include lens flares and film burns and all sorts of stuff. I don't know, I keep doing this like it's a magic show, excuse my language. They also have templates for After Effects, and another huge part of the download aspect of it is Pleasant Pictures Music Club. This right here is probably all of the value in the world for me, because Pleasant Pictures Music Club wound up becoming my first official sponsor for my channel, so a huge shout out to them. I was using their music once I had access to the library, and I was just so blown away by the level of, first of all, how much music they have on their site, but also the quality of music, the ease on searching for the music, whether it's by genre or mood or what type of video or film that you might be creating. So you could search for the music however you want. And I was so blown away by it that I reached out to them and I just let them know, like, hey, I just want you guys to know that your music is on point. This shit is dope, and I don't know if you guys would be interested in doing maybe some sort of collaboration where you give me a promo code like Seymour 15, and then I start promoting that on my channel. And they actually responded, to my surprise, and they thought it was an awesome idea. And from what I understand, I'm the first YouTuber who is in collaboration with them in this type of way. But these guys are no slouches, trust me. They've been in the game for quite some time, and they have their music on a lot of very, very high quality projects. I actually almost feel like I'm bringing them down a little bit with this YouTube channel and some of the projects that I'm doing, but I know that I appreciate their music. So right there, we could end the video right here, which we probably will end the video pretty soon. But all of the value that I paid for this, the $157, is all worth it just for pleasantpictures.club. All of the value is worth it right there for me. So is this package worth it? I think you could tell by the sentiment of this video so far that I'm gonna tell you the 5-day deal from Cinecom in 2020 was 100% worth it. Now, if you are a beginner and you're looking for tutorials and you're also looking to gather a good base of assets to use in your videos, then this would have been a really, really awesome deal for you to buy. The only problem is I bought it about 4 months ago and it only lasted for 5 days. So I think you're gonna have to wait until next summer, 2021, until they do the 5-day deal again. And I would certainly suggest that you purchase the 5-day deal. I would say in general, I would not buy something like this. Typically, that's just the way I am. I'm a little cheap sometimes. And I also don't mind kind of spending a little time hunting for these things. I would say it's a good purchase. I would say it's worth it. Is it worth $5,000 like they said? I don't know. Maybe that's a little overboard, but it's 1,000% worth $157. So big shout out to Cinecom. Big shout out to pleasantpictures.club. This was an awesome package. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I don't know. I'm out. See you later.